What is good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Cat back with another DLC 10 video for you guys today. We have the first look into the actual patch notes for the DLC 10 free update, and I want to give a huge shout out to the homie Demon Boy, because he is literally going through the data of Xenoverse 2, data mining all of this for us. It's not like the Xenoverse 2 website updated with a list of everything that has changed in Japanese and it's just a simple translation or anything like that. No, this man is literally going through the data files of the game to find all of this information for us. So huge shout out to him for putting this together for the community. This is not something that he had to do at all, and he decided to go out of his way and still do it for us. So again, man, show him some love. His Twitter will be linked down below in the description. Now, the reason I'm coming with this video a little bit earlier instead of waiting for the full-on notes, because I just feel that there's something that just has to be talked about and ranted about a bit. When I come with the full patch note video, I'm really just going to be reading what changed, not really sharing my opinion on it too much, just so we can get through everything and you guys can know everything that has changed within Xenoverse 2. But again, the reason we're coming with this early is because there's just some stuff that makes no sense. It makes me feel like Bandai and Dimps, the developers, at times literally have peanuts for brains. Like, do not get me wrong, they do great work, but at times it's like, yo, what the hell are y'all actually doing? And that is what you will see within this video. Now, moving on from that parallel quest, or just having the parallel quest in the background, as you guys see on the screen right here, this is the first list of changes that we got. We have 4 awoken skill changes and 4 evasive changes that I'm going to be going over in this video right here. I figured I'd just go over everything that has been dropped so far, not just something that I'm going to kind of rant a little bit about. But first and foremost, looking at Power Pole Pro. Power Pole Pro became a lot more useful. I don't know all the exact changes and how the combos and stuff were changed and all things like that, but a lot of tech was changed with this awoken skill. As you guys see, it says too many changes to list. Iframes, hitboxes, and general attacks all have some kind of change. The moveset when using it is generally the same, but what you can and can't combo into during certain attacks is different. He said if largely requested that he'll go through the list and go through and list everything for us, but for now he's just gonna leave it like this, which is completely understandable considering there is just a lot of stuff that did change with Power Pole Pro, but he gives you a good starting point without a doubt. Now, moving on to Turn Golden, this is one of the things that I don't understand. First and foremost, there was an audio change, added a sound effect to the animation of the user bouncing on the ground after getting knocked down. Really don't understand the point of that. But then looking at the skill stat changes, guys, key restoration is now minus 10% when it was plus 50% before. Now, the defense against all damage types is now minus 15% when it was minus 5% before. So basically, it sounds like your defense got worse and your key restoration is completely gone, and you will actually be losing a little bit of key now when you are in golden form. What the hell? That makes no sense. Absolutely makes no sense to me at all. I mean, I just don't get this. Like, why? For what? Why would you make my defense worse? Unless this means that the defense has gotten better, which it doesn't seem like. When it says negative 15%, I would assume that you're taking more damage, that your defense is lower. It is negative, you know. So again, I just don't understand this change at all. Golden Frieza was not something that was used a lot in Xenoverse 2. Now it's not going to be used in any way, shape, or form. I mean, you used to literally get key auto regen in this form. Now you're going to have key auto taken away from you while in this form. Like, what? Again, some of the stuff that Bandai does just truly does not make sense to me. But now, moving on to Future Super Saiyan. The audio, it was just an audio change to it. Basically says change timing and voice and sound effects slightly. Don't really know if that's going to affect us at all. I highly doubt it. But moving on to the next one, we have Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. This is one that got a major buff in my opinion. Basically, your key drain is now negative 28% instead of 35%. That I completely understand. But then defense against all damage types is now plus 10%. You have a 10% boost to your defense. Unless it means you're taking 10% damage, which I don't think that's what he means at all. You are getting a defensive buff when going into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. This was one of the things that was a negative about it, is the simple fact that your defense did not go up before, but now the fact that your defense is going up, it's more like a Super Saiyan 3 in those terms, on top of all the other buffs that it has going on along with it. The 35% damage buffs, all this stuff is still there. It did not get changed at all. So moving on to the next changes though, with this Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, your speed basically in every category. Ground speed went from 11% to 15%, your air speed went from a 7% boost to a 15% boost, and your boosting speed now is from 11% boost to a 15% boost. I don't understand what boosting speed necessarily means, unless he means like the dash burst when you get up on your opponent. But besides that, I really don't know what boosting speed necessarily is. But again, man, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution just got better all around. Honestly, the only thing that I would have said is necessary for this transformation is taking the key drain down just a little bit, which they did do, but then they also made it better in other categories, which was just completely unnecessary, considering it's just, the simple fact that it is the highest damaging awoken skill in the game, bar none. Literally does more of a strike bonus than Super Saiyan 3 does, and Super Saiyan 3 is literally a strike based kind of awoken skill. It has the same type of key blast bonus, I believe, as Golden, if not just a little bit lower than Golden, and Golden is pretty much strictly a key based or a key based type of awoken where you just get major key boost and things like that. So again, man, to me, they made Super Saiyan Blue Evolution a bit more OP and kind of crazy, and at the same time made Golden just absolutely dog dookie. Like, why did Bandai literally just pull their pants down, look at Turn Golden, take a smile, and dump right on his face? I just don't understand it, considering again, nobody used the Frieza Race CAC. So if nobody used them before, what the hell do you think is going to be going on now at this point in time? Again, man, just truly makes absolutely no sense to me. Now moving on to the evasives though, guys, because there's an evasive that got to change, which is like, why? You know, it doesn't make sense yet again. But basically, starting off this list with Energy Field, all that came to Energy Field was a cosmetic change, affected timing and visuals. They were slightly adjusted. Moving on though to Dimension Cannon. Dimension Cannon seems to have gotten a lot better. The attack has 2 hitboxes now instead of 1. It has a small hitbox that is close to the user and a bigger one that's further out. The stumble animation of the first hit is also changed, and the first and secondary hits forces the opponent into 10 frames of knockback now, when it was 0 frames previously. Now the last thing that came to this is the decreased stun of secondary hits from 5 frames to 2, which is pretty much unnoticeable. As you guys see, he puts that in parentheses as well. Now, the next evasive we have on this is Fake Blast. Fake Blast was changed in a good way from what I can tell, at least. The iframes on attack missed have changed. Missing the attack will use the same iframes as when the attack lands. Iframe duration is the same, so it's mostly unnoticeable. That's just something that minor came to it. Now, the tech that changed with this skill, it says after landing the attack, you will now have to wait until the full animation is over to gain control of your character again. Previous updates allowed you to cancel the attack into other attacks / skills and movements. It also says landing the attack will now slow down the animation by about 64%, making it about 1/4 of a second longer. So pretty much when you do land the attack, the animation that you are stuck in personally when using the move is a bit longer, which is kind of good because it kind of nerfs the move a little bit. But then it also says the attack will land, the amount of landing the attack will now slow down the animation by about 64%, making it about 1/4 of a second longer as well. So I wonder if that means that, you know, your opponent will be stuck in the animation just for 1/4 of a second longer too, or how that is exactly going to work. Does that help the user, or does that help the one that is being used against? Don't really fully understand that. That's something I'm gonna have to test for myself and see. Now, moving on to the last one, the time skip tremor pulse. This is one that just does, like, what the hell, Bandai? You already made Hit better. You already made this dick-headed looking bastard. Literally, his head is shaped in the form of a dick. Or a dickhead, at least. You know, why would you make him any better? He is already considered the best character in the game by at least, I'd say, about 70% to 75% of the community. And he was considered the best character in the game by the community about 70 to 75% before any of the buffs ever came for the man. But now we have multiple buffs. All of his skills pretty much have been buffed within the last couple updates, and the only one that was really still lacking was Time Skip Tremor Pulse. But now Time Skip Tremor Pulse honestly sounds a bit OP. It says users will now have iframes for the full duration of the skill. Huh? What? Nani? Come again? Excuse me? What the hell? You see how many questions I have for Bandai and Dimps right now? Because it just makes no sense. Like, why are you going to make this skill, the one skill that probably was a little bit lackluster on hit, actually amazing? Like, the man is literally all around insane at this point in time, which he pretty much already was. Again, what he was lacking wasn't evasive. Now he has probably one of the best evasives in the game if it works the way it sounds. Like, the way it sounds like is pretty much you're not going to be able to touch this man when he uses this skill, and I'm pretty sure that it'll be very, very safe even when the skill is over. I'm sure you'll be able to dash out or something like that. So again, I just do not get what the hell they are doing. Why they're doing some of the things that they are. They literally nerfed Golden, buffed Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. They buffed Time Skip Tremor Pulse. Buffed two things that really did not need it at all. Like I said, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, I like the Key Drain buff that came to it. Besides that, everything else was not needed at all. The whole Golden nerf makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, why the hell would you actually do this? Golden form was already not used really at all. Not many people even use the Frieza CACs for the most part, but now they're really not going to use them after hearing this. So let me know what you guys think personally about this down below in the comments. Like I said, to me, this is just absolutely insane. Shows the lack of brain knowledge, I guess, or just Xenoverse knowledge at that. Because obviously, to be a developer or producer, you gotta be smart in some kind of way. But then at the same time, y'all have made some very, very stupid decisions when it comes to Xenoverse 2. Just saying. But again, man, let me know what you guys think about this. How do you feel about some of these changes that I went through in this video? And of course, like I said, once we get the full patch notes from the homie Demon Boy, huge shout out to him again, I will come with that video so you guys can know everything that has changed within Xenoverse 2. But again, man, all in all, let me know your thoughts on this stuff down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, hope you have a good day. Peace, y'all.